If you're an entrepreneur who's taken the brave step of starting a business, then you are one of the heroes of South Africa. Small businesses create jobs and employ people. Employment means people can feed families, educate their children, and build their communities. Small businesses are the key to growing the economy. Sadly, a high proportion of startup businesses in South Africa fail within the first 5 years. The cause of the high failure rate needs to be understood and urgently addressed. Small businesses must be equipped to survive and grow. The common cause of business failure in the startup years is the gap that exists between what the business needs to survive and grow and what we call the entrepreneur's reality. If we look first at what the business needs, we find that besides the obvious need for access to finance, there are a number of legal and other formal requirements. For example, suppliers require tax clearance certificates and BEE certificates before they'll grant work. The business owner also needs management accounts to help make good business decisions, and legally, the business requires audited or signed financial statements. Undoubtedly, though, the most crucial need is usually access to finance. In the world of small business, cash flow is king. Many viable young businesses with good products and talented entrepreneurs have failed because they had no available money in the business and they weren't able to access credit. Think of it this way. You can have a good car and you may have an excellent driver, but if you haven't got petrol, you're not going anywhere. When it comes to access to finance, lenders are in a difficult position. Lending money to small businesses is high risk. Even for institutions that forego the need for collateral and overlook poor credit histories, the one thing they all require is to know where the business is at. The way they find this out is by looking at the business's financial statements, the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. This is where the big problem and catch-22 exists for the entrepreneur. Let's take a look at their reality. The entrepreneur is usually skilled at what they do, making and marketing their product, but they're bad at admin. They know they need to keep records, but they're not sure how to really do it. They gather piles of slips and paperwork, which they're not sure what to do with. They don't know what to keep or how it's supposed to be filed. They're usually manually invoicing customers on makeshift Excel or Word documents. They stumbled into doing their own quoting and invoicing, but were never really taught what is officially supposed to be on an invoice. Invoices are often sent back because they didn't put the customer's VAT number or something. This kind of thing causes payment delays, and they land up at month end without money they should have had. They struggle to meet commitments, to pay rent and salaries, as there's no available cash in the business. With no accurate or up-to-date records, they can't get financial statements, and without financial statements, they can't access the critically needed finance. They soon realize they won't survive without getting the loan. They take a small soft loan from friends or family and use it to contract an accountant to rescue the situation and provide a set of financials they can submit to the bank. By this time, the slip piles date back 14 months and things are in a real mess. The accountant's role is more like a historian than an advisor, as all he can do is look back at the past and decisions that have already been taken in the business. While the accountant is playing a key role in providing what the entrepreneur needs in the financial statements, the problem with the accountant sorting out the records is that the entrepreneur remains ill-equipped. He never learns how to maintain his own records or stay on top of his business, and the cycle continues to be repeated. Most entrepreneurs keep trading this way, hoping something will change. The situation usually just gets more and more out of hand, and they then land up owing tax they can't pay. They can't get work from suppliers because they can't get a tax clearance certificate because their tax is not paid, and business becomes a very steep road. Even really gifted entrepreneurs don't survive to make the money to pull themselves out of these situations. The failure rate of small businesses is 9 out of 10 in the first 5 years of business. We want to ensure that this situation is changed and that you have an opportunity to avoid being part of these statistics. As an entrepreneur, you have many talents and abilities and have taken a courageous step in starting a business. You'll be encouraged to find that most small business owners find the record-keeping and legal requirements side of business overwhelming and confusing. It's reassuring to know that it's something that, when properly explained in the language that an entrepreneur understands, it's something that can easily be grasped.
Hi, can I offer you something to drink? Would you like something to drink? Would you like something to drink?
Whatever. Get out, sir. My friend is Spanish, she doesn't know any English.
That's not a problem. I was just offering her something to drink. Can I get you anything?
De café? Negro. Sí. 2 black coffees. Perfect.
Okay, now that is exactly how I feel when you talk to me sometimes. You're an accountant, I mean, you know what you're saying, but for me it's like you're saying another language completely. Yeah, anyway, sorry, where were we?
We want to equip you to bridge the gap between what you know and what can very easily be learned. In this series of videos, you'll learn to implement a basic record-keeping system, to manage your business and staff records, to understand your financial statements, and to grasp the basic small business legal requirements. We hope you really enjoy it.